Today, we're starting something a little different. Instead of sword fights and demon lords, this isekai is all about farming. Yep, farming. Farming life in another world takes the cozy, relaxing vibes of a farming simulator and mixes it with isekai storytelling. So grab a drink, settle in, and let's walk through episode 1, from Hiraku's second chance at life, to building his first farm, to befriending magical wolves. Trust me, it's way more exciting than it sounds. Our main character, Machio Hiraku, lived a really unfortunate life. He was sickly, bedridden most of the time, and passed away at a young age. Pretty sad start, right? But like many isekai stories, death isn't the end. After dying, Hiraku meets a god who decides to grant him reincarnation. Here's the twist. Instead of wishing for power, magic, or fame, Hiraku just wants a peaceful life. His big request? Farming. That's it. Now, if it were me, I'd probably ask for infinite money or maybe a dragon mount. But Hiraku keeps it simple. And because the god feels sorry for his past suffering, he blesses Hiraku with good health, a strong body, and one magical item, the almighty farming tool. This thing is OP. It can transform into any tool Hiraku needs, from shovels to axes to sickles. Basically every farmer's dream come true. Hiraku wakes up in a new world, except he's dropped into the middle of nowhere. No villages, no people, just endless wilderness. Most isekai heroes land in castles or bustling cities. Hiraku, he's starting from scratch, literally. At first he struggles. He doesn't know what plants are safe to eat or what animals might attack him. But thanks to the almighty farming tool, he manages to dig up soil, find clean water, and start planting seeds. He also cuts wood and builds his first log cabin, and you know what? Watching him do all this is surprisingly satisfying. It feels like one of those time-lapse survival videos on YouTube, but anime style. Instead of epic battles, we're cheering for a guy planting potatoes. I think that's part of the charm of this show. It slows down and makes small victories feel big. Building a house, cooking a meal, planting crops, things we usually take for granted, suddenly feel exciting. With shelter built and crops planted, Hiraku finally starts to enjoy his new life. The tool makes farming easier, but it's still a lot of work. He clears land, digs irrigation ditches, and even experiments with different crops. It's like Stardew Valley or Harvest Moon, but instead of a cute town full of NPCs, Hiraku is all alone. The peaceful silence of the forest really makes you feel his isolation, but also his determination. And because he's healthy in this new life, he can finally move freely and enjoy working with his hands. You can really sense how grateful he is compared to his sickly past life. Of course, this wouldn't be anime without some danger. One day Hiraku notices he's being watched. A pack of wolves surrounds him. At first, he's terrified. After all, wolves in a fantasy world aren't just regular animals. They're often magical and deadly. The wolves could have ended him right there. But instead, Hiraku does something unexpected. He shares his food with them. Slowly, the wolves warm up to him. Instead of becoming enemies, they become allies. These aren't just ordinary wolves either. They're inferno wolves, magical creatures with strength and intelligence. And just like that, Hiraku gains his first companions, a whole wolf pack guarding his farm. I love this twist. Instead of going the violent route, the anime makes it wholesome. Hiraku doesn't defeat the wolves, he befriends them. It fits the relaxing vibe perfectly. With new friends by his side, Hiraku keeps improving his farm. He grows more crops, cooks meals, and even shares food with the wolves. They protect him from other monsters, and in return, he gives them a safe place to live. What's cool is that the anime takes time to show little details, like how he experiments with farming techniques, how he makes tools and furniture, and how his daily life slowly builds into something bigger. Instead of chasing an adventure, Hiraku is creating a home. And honestly, that feels refreshing compared to most isekai that focus on power levels and epic battles. And that wraps up episode 1 of Farming Life in Another World. Hiraku went from dying in his first life to building a thriving farm in his second, with magical wolves as his companions. Not bad for a guy who just wanted a simple life. Personally, I think this anime is perfect for people who want something calm and cozy. If you're tired of high-stakes fights, this show is like a breath of fresh air. So would you choose a peaceful farming life like Hiraku, or would you ask the god for something more powerful? Drop your answers in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in episode 2, where Hiraku's world keeps getting bigger.